Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Life can feel like one big popularity contest. And sometimes on this channel, that's true. We tally up your thumbs up and your most recommended songs, and the songs that get the most thumbs are the ones that I'm most likely to review. But perseverance can win through. And I'm going to tell you about how today's song won through as we're getting into the music. So here we go. Kasey Chambers, let's get to it. She's playing a banjo?
Well, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already, mom's spaghetti, and he's nervous. But on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd rose so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out, and he's choking now. Everybody's choking now, and the clock's run out. Time's up. Snap back.
Whoa. She has a tone I did not expect to hear at all. I was like, whoa, like prickles everywhere. This is such a unique timbre. It's brilliant. It is so unique, authentic. I don't feel like she's done anything to just shift what her original authentic voice was. Some people want to shift it and they say, I want to have a particular kind of tone. It's like she said, this is how I was born, and this is how I'm going to tell my story. There's so much conviction in her sound. There's some really interesting technical aspects to it as well. Back to the beginning.
Well, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already, mom's spaghetti, and he's nervous. But on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs.
I don't think I've ever heard a tone quality like hers. It's like I can't even compare her or give references for what she sounds like. I can think about how she might create this sound and hear it. It almost sounds like she has like a smoker quality to her voice. But then you hear this height in it. There's a headiness. She's bringing in a lot of her head voice to give it a certain vulnerability. So it feels like there's a certain rough and rugged, has seen a lot of life, but then almost a childlike quality that balances that. It's an insane combination. Again, I I don't think I've ever heard another voice that I can even say is similar.
There's vomit on his sweater already, mom's spaghetti, and he's nervous. But on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd rose so loud.
It's so
He
vulnerable.
opens his mouth, but the words won't come out, and he's choking now. Everybody's choking now, and the clock's run out. Time.
I love the way it gained strength right there. And then she used that to actually do this little, execute a little yodel where she flipped registers and then came back down. It created a beautiful phrase.
So loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out, and he's choking now. Everybody's choking now, and the clock's run
Wow.
out. Time's up.
That's amazing.
Snap.
Good job.
Back to reality.
I like the way, first of all, this is a cover of a song by Eminem that is incredible. Anybody that's going to cover this, like, you better do something crazy new and amazing, because I don't know how you can play this song and not have a listener want to hear the original. It's such a good original. So she's already persuading me, though. I am I'm shocked by the way she's shifted this. It doesn't even seem like the original at first. It's so far different. But the way she stopped right there, I think, did a really good job of heating the lyrics and the original.
Up,
Boom.
snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He's choked. He's so mad, but he won't give up that easy. No, he won't have it. He knows his hope backs to these ropes. It don't matter. He's stoked. He knows that he's broke. He's stagnant. He knows.
Wow. She, again, shockingly unique tone. There's like almost a sort of pinch and squeeze to it at times, even. And then there's this healthy, like robustness. It feels like a tone full of contradictions. Fascinating. I love that this is in front of me today. I I love getting to see things like this because I want this kind of diversity in sound, and I I know that, heck, this song probably will not be in our top songs for the month on the channel, right? Much less for the year. Uh, Even though Kasey Chambers, I read a little bit about her, she's a big hit in Australia. It's probably not going to get the views that a lot of other songs could get on our channel. But I think that it's important to feature artists that are truly incredible, and balance that with growth and bringing more people in to enjoy more music. So there's this very careful balancing act that we need to do when selecting content, and I rely on recommendations to do this. I definitely rely on those thumbs up, but in this case, I'm relying on my peeps in Patreon, and I do this within our core community as well. When I see things that are recommended over and over and over, I am paying attention. This happens very frequently on the channel. You might not see it that often if you haven't seen some other things that are a little more off the beaten track, but we do this frequently, or we will expand just to something that I find fascinating that I know isn't going to do as well, but I want to bring it in for some diversity of sound, diversity of represented artists as well. So this song came to me through Patreon, and it made it to the top 5. It made it to the listening parties, which are very, I would say, they rely on our patrons to listen deeply and select the songs that they think are most deserving of a spotlight. If a song makes it through to that, it gets voted on by all of our patrons, who might not have listened to the songs in the listening party, question mark, but they might also see a song that they just absolutely love. So it does become a little bit of a popularity contest at that point. This song made it to that top 5 4 different times. 4 different times. That's amazing. And when I see something like that happen again and again and again, I know that the song might not be the most popular, but I also know that the people that have listened deeply to it and continue to bring it to me, they know that this song is deserving of a spotlight. And I just trust. At that point I say, yeah, my ears are yours. I want to go where you want to lead me. And thank you so much, because oh my word, her tone quality is just shocking. I'm so excited to see how she uses that to continue this storytelling. I'm just barely starting to hear it. Let's keep going.
His hope backs to these ropes. It don't matter, he's stoked. He knows that he's broke, he's stagnant. He knows when he goes back to his mobile home, it's back to the lab again. Oh, this old rhapsody, better go capture this moment and hope it don't pass him.
This is so beautiful, the way she's switching between what I would describe as a much more full fold activation versus a thinner fold activation. There are times when it feels like she's just singing on the edge of her vocal folds. It's like light kind of time. And then there are times when she's bringing a lot more contact, a lot more urgency into it, essentially. And that's when you have a lot more TA engagement. So you would see this kind of action instead of just this kind of action. she's flipping back and forth between those so fast. It's like it's really truly following how complex and quickly changing our emotions can be.
Back to the lab again. Oh, this old rhapsody. Better go capture this moment and hope it don't pass him. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. Better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
Oh, that was so heartbreakingly beautiful. I just felt so human and connected. I love the way she's transformed this song into a ballad. It's had a looseness of the tempo throughout and just a pleading. And it was almost as if it was daring and then would shy away and then dare and then shy away, which I think the lyrics in the song lend itself to this idea of like a person's like, yeah, I'm going to go get it. And then has sometimes debilitating stage fright. This idea of, oh, I think there's vomiting up spaghetti at one point in the lyrics. It's just amazing. The original is amazing. She's put such a beautiful shift on it by showing us through more melody and an elongation of that emotion, how these lyrics have captured the human condition so well. I'm going to go back a little bit. This transition to this long held note up top is mwah.
Once in a
Just one really quick thing about the technique that she uses here as she's flipping over to the top. She's very well using a diphthong, and she stays on the lower part and a lower register essentially on the open part of the diphthong. So it's an a e combination time, right? Two vowels brought into one sound. And the open vowel is more likely to be a good spot for the lower note in this case. And then she uses the closure to the top or closure of the vowel to help turn over to the top. Check it out. Oops, back further.
once in a
So it goes to an E on the top. I love the dynamic tapering at the end of that. It's beautiful. Had a lot of control.
These souls escaping through this hole that is gaping. This world is mine for the taking, and make me king as we move toward a new world order. A normal life is boring, but superstardom is close to postmortem. He only grows harder, he only grows harder, he blows. It's all over these holes, he's all running coast to coast shows. He's known as a globetrotter, lonely roads, God only knows he's grown.
It just seems to me that her entire voice is laced with more emotion than most humans are capable of. We have this connection to our vocal folds from our brains to our vocal folds through nerves, right? It goes essentially, there's nerves that go through your emotional processing center, go through the vagus nerve, and then there are ones that go into your larynx, little branches. And I think it's partly because we have those emotions so close to the nerve that's also innervating the motion in here, that we're able to hear emotion flow through a voice. It's also why when we get really nervous, we tend to get tense in our breath because that same nerve goes down into your breathing. But some people find it more easy or hard to let that emotion flow into their voice. I think there are lots of ways that you can improve that. You can journal. You can really think about the story and make it personal. Anytime you sing, you can understand that you have that moment to communicate your message to somebody who may desperately need it. But even with building up, there is still just a certain level of talent, I think, in that area that can't be taken for granted. The same way that some people are simply more talented at pitch matching. It's not saying that people can't learn to pitch match. Some people are talented in that area, though. And she is talented at allowing emotion to flow through her voice. Back a little.
He only grows harder. He only grows harder. He blows. It's all over these hoses. All on coast to coast shows. He's known as a globetrotter. Lonely roads, God only knows. He's grown farther from home. He's no father. He goes home and barely knows his own daughter. But hold your nose, 'cause he goes to cold water. His O's don't want him no more. He's gold product. They moved on to the next smoke flows.
I found a person that I want to compare her to, finally. And I can't say that the tone quality is anything similar, but it's compare her to in the manner that it feels like unfettered emotion that's being poured out. And I think that's Sinead O'Connor. Just wildly creative, and it sounds like all of the music and all of the voice is simply a vessel for emotion to flow. Super, super beautiful. I find it fascinating to hear about how the brain is being more and more connected to music and emotion expression. And I find it fascinating as well how our bodies physically are responding to that. Music therapy is a hot area for research right now. And we're learning that being incredibly involved with music, listening to it, but really truly creating it, singing it, thinking even about singing it, it makes our brains light up everywhere. And we see all kinds of benefits from this. We've been seeing things like improved heart conditions. Definitely, we see a huge uplift in helping to address mental health. Things like depression and anxiety can be not just like, it's not some sort of pill that, oh, it's going to get better just because you think it's going to get better. No, we see very convincing results that music can help both your physical and your mental health. It's incredible. So when I hear this sort of unlocked expression of music, I feel extremely thankful because I think that that can connect to humans and make us actually have better quality of life. Back one more time.
Hold your nose, 'cause he goes to cold water. His O's don't want him no more. He's gold product. They moved on to the next smoke flows. He knows dove and sonata. So the soap opera is told and unfolds. I suppose it's so, partner, but the beat goes on. Ba-da-dum-da-dum.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that was awesome. The pa-pa-ram-da-dam as an example of the beat. Beautiful. Shout out to her for the ability to use her vocal registers to express this pain so well. Brilliant, brilliant use of technique to just be a vehicle for emotion.
On. Ba-da-dum-da-dum. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. Better never let it go. once in a lifetime.
That's awesome. I like expanding to the big band at this point. Also, I love that we're expanding so much on this song. Again, wonderful original. I'm impressed by the way she's able to sustain a line that's heavier for a long time and then instantly flip to this vulnerable. A lot of times when people are really vulnerable, maybe even letting more breath through their sound, they're not going to be as capable on the flip side of the coin. And she's showing that she's just incredibly good at long, heavy sustains and short, breathy vulnerabilities. Let's go back just a little bit to catch that transition one more time.
Once in a lifetime.
Wow. Wow. I did not expect it to get that heavy. It came in a lot more heavy. I thought we were gonna get a little more of like a certain country. This feels like it went into heavy rock. Very surprising. Let's keep going to her vocal entrance here.
No more games, I'ma change what you call rage. Tear this motherfucking roof off like two dogs' cage. And I was playing in the beginning, and the mood all changed. Well, I've been chewed up and spit out and booed off stage, but I kept rhyming and never write the next cipher.
It almost feels like a different person, except for I have that underlying essence of her tone quality that is still there. It just is a lot more firm now. It feels like she, instead of taking breaths that were often a little bit more shallow to convey more vulnerability, her breath dropped down into her hips to let this belted, firm section loose. She's continually surprising me. I wouldn't have thought her actually capable of this particular sound. It just wouldn't have fit into her picture of the voice that I would immediately assume. And I love how over and over she is breaking my idea of what her voice can do. It's amazing.
No more games, I'ma change what you call rage. Tear this motherfucking roof off like two dogs' cage. And I was playing in the beginning, and the mood all changed. Well, I've been chewed up and spit out and booed off stage, but I kept rhyming and never write the next cipher. Best believe somebody's playing the Pied Piper. All this pain inside amplified by the fact that I can't get by with my 9 to 5, and I can't provide the right type of life for my family. Just made me goddamn food stamps go by diapers, and it's no movie, there's no MacGyver. This is my life, and these times are so hard, and it's getting.
Wow. All right. I have another comparison. And this one is, again, one of those incredibly unique tones. And I only really hear her tone similar in this much louder, edgy, feels like a very angry part. And that's Jen Wigmore, an artist that I've never covered on the channel. I've been very interested in her music for a long time. I think it has bite and danger in it. And I hear that right now in Kasey Chambers' voice. It is extraordinary. It feels like there is so much that is being wielded through this nasal chambers. Like we have a sword of nasality that is being wielded here. It is just fabulous. I'm gonna go back to a little bit. If you guys don't know who Jen Wigmore is, definitely look her up. If you're into Kasey Chambers, I think you might be into Jen Wigmore.
And it's no movie, there's no
so much cut.
Between me and a father and a prima donna, baby mama drama screaming on her too much for me to wanna stay in one spot another day of my night. It's got me to the point I'm like a snake.
She brought a little distortion into the sound right in there, like a little, think a little area epiglottic.
Drama screaming on her too much for me to wanna stay in one spot another day of my night. It's got me to the point I'm like a snail. I got to formulate a plot or end up in jail or shot. Success is my only motherfucking option. Failure's not. Mom, I love you, but this.
Wow, she is fierce. Like almost scary fierce at this point. I feel like I had this really sweet, vulnerable creature that I almost wanted to hug and be like, oh, I get it, life is hard. And now I'm like, whoa, you don't need a hug. You just need somebody to say, go, do it. I will stay out of your way. Incredible, incredible dedication and force of nature here.
Motherfucking option. Failure's not. Mom, I love you, but this train has got to go. I cannot grow old and sad and fly, but here I go with my shot. Please help me not. This may be the only opportunity that I got.
Oh my gosh.
You better lose yourself.
Amazing. The way that she backed off of that and even used a little yodel at the end. Wow. Again, this it's like the emotion is so incredible. And I love the way that she's capable of channeling the anger and the fierceness just as much as that tenderness and the shy and oh my wow. 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 Wow.
You better lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. But never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music.
I realize one of the things that I find so fascinating about this is that her vocal placement, it feels like it's the antithesis to opera. It is like it is so forward. It is so forward, and the space feels so narrow, almost pinch right. Whereas opera is about like a lot more freedom and resonant, big open tube. So different. Yet both styles are meant to convey as much emotion as one can possibly channel through. I have so much respect for what she's doing because I know how hard it is to open up and just let everything come through your voice. It's this incredible feeling of I am truly just a vessel. Let it go. Wow. It's and to be on the edge like this without completely losing vocal control is also powerful.
You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. And never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes.
Wow. Yeah. Do you hear that really high, almost whistle-like sound she's making? I don't think she's actually in whistle register, but it's such a pure, beautiful Like very different sound. She went up there to a similar sound at one point when she did that yodel and into a lot high extended note, but it wasn't this high. This is just, it's almost like she pulled out a little Mariah Carey. She gets it. Wow. That was amazing. And I'm so glad that it got through to me. If you've been recommending songs, please keep recommending the ones that are the best. This was an incredible performance, one that I feel like never hearing would somehow just damage me. There's nothing like this out there. So I want to hear those nothing else like this performances. Please continue to recommend those in the comments below. Join our Patreon, recommend them there. And don't give up. If you want to see some more of our patron recommendations, you can check out this playlist over here. And may you fall more in love with music every day. Mwah!